Hi partakers, lovely weekend, right? I honestly love the weather right here in Uganda. So we're going to go into our show today. For those that do not know who I am, my name is Amanda. I usually host this show, and also I am a nutritionist, if you might want to know. We're doing a show here called Your Take, and what we do is basically talk about food spaces, the challenges that people face food-wise, the achievements, also, you know, how to get by, how to, you know, accomplish whatever your health goals are using food, because food is an important part of health. So that's what we do here. Welcome aboard. Let's get into our segments for today. What we'll be doing today will be firstly the food throne, where we put put more eyes or light on or more light on a food and see what benefits it has for us. So let's go right into our food throne without wasting any more time. Today we're going to be looking at watermelon. This is honestly my favorite fruit. I don't know why. Maybe the water content that it has, maybe the color is exciting as well, but I really love watermelons. So what do watermelons offer us? Well, watermelons have a lot of water without me having to explain much about that. So therefore your hydration needs and your skin needs will be sorted. It also has lots of vitamins, especially vitamin C and vitamin A in there. So you're able to, you know, have better eye health, better skin health, also anti-aging effects for you. So for those that want to look forever young, watermelon would be a great way to go by that. Now, I know that we know a lot about the watermelon itself because we eat the fruit as a whole. It also is going to offer us a lot of fiber, by the way, so be sure to have that, because then you'll be cleansing your colon, keeping it clean, removing the chaff from whatever is inside your stomach lining. Aside that, one of the most important things I would like for us to know about watermelon, which we probably did not take heed of before, is its seeds. Its seeds are very, very nutritious, very edible, number one, so they are safe for you to eat, but they have the most nutritive content in there. It has protein, it has vitamins, it has lots of minerals, including magnesium, potassium. So we need to also eat the seeds. Don't throw them away the next time. Sort them out, put them in one place, and then just dry them up and roast them and have them for a snack, because they are very, very nutritious. I know we have been throwing them away into the dustbin, into the garbage, but you're throwing away nutrition, you're throwing away good food for you. So eat the seeds as well. Now that we are done with our watermelon, let's get into our second segment, which will be the discussion room. In the discussion room, we basically do recaps of lessons we have learned from questions that have been asked down on our Facebook page, which is Amanda Twebaze dash nutritionist. For those that haven't yet been a part of that page, please go down there. There is a lot to learn. So we'll go into our discussion room with our first question coming in from Rogers Kenny 795, and he was asking, what are the foods to help keep our brains sharp? So we talked about the foods, yes, that are very important for, you know, brain health, but we need to know that there are other things also that might keep your brain healthier and alert. If you're the type of person that keeps your brain idle with not much activity, your brain is going to be dull as well. So you need to keep your brain active. That's what it's meant to do. It's meant to be continuously active, you know, so you can be able to keep it alert, you keep it working, and also better at problem solving and, you know, coping with the stresses of life. So if you're the type that's always sleeping, you know, that's always just couch potato kind of person, then you're not doing much help for your brain. That's why, if you remember, in school we used to have morning work sessions where, you know, as soon as you get into class very early in the morning, you're being asked questions here and there to train your brain to make it, you know, more of a thinker than a chiller, if I can call it that. So we need to also remember to keep our brains active. But then there's another category of people that are super workaholics. For them it is work and no play. For them it is work and barely any rest, because, you know, they are trying to achieve and get their goals. It's great to sacrifice for what you want, but you also need to remember that for you to reach the point of, you know, feeling like you're successful, you have achieved, health is a very important part of that, because if you're not healthy to enjoy the benefits of your success, then it wouldn't make any sense. So for the workaholics out there, yes, you want to achieve, and that is really important, but you also need to make sure that you're giving yourself, your brain, time to rest, because it's the one that's going to do all the work for you. It's the one behind all the work and the success that we see. So if you're not taking care of it by allowing it to rest, when you are tired, accept you are tired, and, you know, take a break if you have lots of work that you're doing. But if you can, you know, take some time off, do take some time off and rest, sleep, you know, maybe cool off by doing something else that is more relaxing, maybe listening to music, so you can take care of your brain. That was our question from Rogers Kenny 795. So oh, one last thing. The brain also thrives a lot on positive thoughts and positive environments. So if you're the type that's feeding your brain with negativity, if you're the type that's feeding your brain with dull moments, then that's exactly where it's going to be. So you need to also be careful about not only the food that you're eating for your brain, but also what you allow to enter into your brain. So feed your brain with great thoughts, feed your brain with great quotes, feed your brain with great material, because then it has a lot to benefit in terms of cultivating a positive life or a positive lifestyle. So it's not just about food, it's also about what you actually allow to enter into your brain. Let's head on to our second question from Joseph Cheyune, and Joseph Cheyune is asking, he eats 4 raw tomatoes for supper to try and control his weight. Is that okay? Is it too acidic, or is it not you know, sufficient for sustaining him? Well, for tomatoes are awesome, healthy foods, we all know that. But too much of anything is always bad. We always say that here. And therefore, those tomatoes that you're having are also too many. Remember, you've already had tomatoes in, I'm very sure, in some of your earlier meals, probably lunch. If you had a sandwich for breakfast, maybe you've had some tomatoes again there. So you're consuming tomatoes in excess, and that may not be great for you. Remember, they have a lot of acid in them, so yes, the acidity might be a problem. But also, there are other factors that you know, might be important, which is when it comes to weight loss, we're looking basically at fat. So you need to focus a lot more on reducing your fat and sugar levels mostly. So the foods that are giving you lots of sugar, the foods that are giving you lots of fat are the ones that you're supposed to be trying to get rid of, instead of focusing a lot on eating too much of one type of food, thinking it's healthy, and yet it's not. We also need to know that when you're trying to lose weight, I know people think we shouldn't eat food because, or we should starve because we're trying to lose weight. But you need to know that if you want to lose weight in a healthy way, you need to be providing your body with the nutrients it needs. We talked about essential nutrients some time back, where we told you you need to have balanced meals. So even as you are trying to lose weight, you need to be providing your body with protein, you need to be providing your body with energy, carbohydrates, you need to be providing your body with vitamins and minerals, because so many processes go on inside there, and you need to keep that going. If you're depriving your body of nutrients, say you're eating only tomatoes at supper time, it means you don't have a protein. It means you don't have a carbohydrate. It means you probably don't have some of the important minerals, like maybe magnesium, that you need to have. So we need to still make sure that we are to lose weight in a healthy way. You might lose weight off these raw tomatoes, but it may not be healthy for your body system. So to lose it in a healthy way, make sure you're having all the critical nutrients that you need. Just make sure you also are avoiding fat and sugar. As much as we are desperate to, you know, lose weight, which is great because it's that desperation that will motivate you to work hard for it, we also need to make sure we're not being desperate in that we become so gullible and, you know, just use whatever means we are told about. Someone tells you go and drink charcoal, and you drink that. Someone tells you go and you know, starve yourself all day, and that's what you do. You should be able to consult research, and that's why I'm grateful that Joseph was able to do that with us today. All right, let's head on to question 3, shall we? Question 3 is coming in from Kalia Solomon, and he's wondering if there is a way that women can substitute use of makeup with healthy eating. Well, when it comes to this, This is a very emotional place as well, just like weight loss also, and just like, you know, talking about what women wear. I think people should be allowed to, you know, wear what they want, put on their skins what they want, as long as they are doing it for themselves, because we have this sort of driver sometimes that we want others to be pleased first before we actually are pleased with ourselves. So I believe you should be doing it for you first before you even think about pleasing the outside world. Maybe what we can talk about is we can actually integrate natural other ingredients into these you know, makeup processes, because there's a process you probably have to put foundation and then a base and then, you know, the makeup and the mascara and eyeshadows come in after. So there are different things they put on, different layers probably that women put on. But for some of these foundations or layers that we use of makeup, there are actually alternative natural options we can use. So if you have those, please integrate them as much as you can into your makeup routine, so that you are, you know, balancing it out a bit, not just having so much of, you know, the chemical products, but also trying to, as much as you can, to protect your skin. For example, you could use the aloe vera gel as a replacement for foundation. You could also use rose water as a base, so that, you know, you have something that's helping you to nourish your skin and also protect your skin from the chemicals you are actually applying on your skin. So let's integrate a bit more of the natural world into also our makeup routines. Then we also should know that, you know, makeup can also be an addiction, and because it's foreign artificial chemicals on your skin, definitely may not be very good for your health in the long run. For example, it might bring on aging quite quickly. It might, you know, bring on any other health issues to do with your skin. So we need to be also mindful to try and balance it out still. Again, this comes in so that it doesn't, so that we don't get into that point where it's an addiction. Makeup is okay, you can have it once in a while, but I think it has gotten for some people to a level that they can't leave their home without having any makeup. You're going to a nearby shop, but you have to put on makeup before you go there, and that's when you know it's getting to a toxic level or something close to an addiction, because you should be able to, you know, some days not have makeup and then some days have makeup, and you know it's okay for you. So let's try and balance it out, in other words, and try and integrate as natural as we can. Let's head on to our second last question, coming in from someone in Nakasongola. Thank you, world. Thank you, Uganda, for, you know, bracing this program and also being so much a part of it, because this definitely shows that everyone from whatever region is, you know, a part of this. This is awesome. So someone from Nakasongola called Ambrose Odongo was asking which oil he can smear on his baby's skin who's 2 months old. So with babies, you know, between birth and 3 months, that's a really fragile stage for them. So what happens is, the secret is do less, don't do too much, don't try and intervene with their biological, you know, cycles or processes so much, you know, with your artificial chemicals and oils and cosmetics. Just refrain as much as you can from using so much on their skin. Try and leave them as natural as you can, so that, you know, you're not interfering with them trying to develop and grow into adults like us. So before they've clocked 3 months, try and refrain from using stuff on their skin. But after then, you know, things like olive oil, sunflower oil are really great with, you know, maintaining or giving the skin that nice complexion and, you know, tone. So I would advise that, you know, after their 3 months, yes, try and incorporate also your natural foods and oils, rather than using too much also of artificial cosmetics. Then also we should know from this question that, you know, our skins are very communicative. Sometimes you'll find that a skin is very dry and cracked, and your body is actually trying to tell you that maybe you're not drinking water, or maybe you're not having as much vitamins for skin as you should, like vitamin C foods. So the skin communicates, it's one of the most communicative parts of our body systems, and if you look closely, if you're keen on it, you'll definitely find that there could be a problem or not. it's practically telling you something through it. So always observe the skins, especially also of the young ones who don't talk. Just keep looking at them. You know, if you see a rash, if you see an inflammation, that may be something that you need to look out for and work on. Sometimes you have rashes on your skin. The body is trying to tell you that you're not dewormed on time. So, you know, just keep on the lookout for your skin and what it's trying to tell you. Okay, then we head on to our last question in our discussion room, coming in from Caleb Moses, and he's asking which fruits are good for reducing cholesterol and also for improving his eyesight. Well, when it comes to eyesight, just use as many bright colored foods and fruits and vegetables as you can, because they have pigmented natural chemicals in them, and those pigmented natural chemicals are what is very important to maintain the integrity of your eyes and you know, the eye membranes and everything in there. So use as much bright colored foods as you can. We're talking about things like purple cabbage, we're talking about sweet potatoes, orange flesh sweet potatoes, we're talking about carrots, we're talking about red bell pepper, or yellow bell pepper. Just look out for color, because that's what matters when it comes to eye health. Then for cholesterol, I know people think we should, you know, if you're trying to reduce cholesterol, then you must be running away from fat altogether, but you actually need to make sure you are ingesting or taking in good fat more. So that means we're looking at nuts and seeds, which offer us healthy cholesterol to help us drive out the bad cholesterol in our body system. So I'm guessing the good cholesterol comes in like some sort of, you know, superhero to, you know, let the bad cholesterol get out of our body system. So eat a lot more of good oils and good cholesterol foods to replace the bad cholesterol in your body system. Let's now go into our last segment, our second last segment, which is the take of the week. And today the take of the week, who is it going to? The take of the week is going to Alice Pico. And Alice Pico was answering a question where we were asking, what's your favorite part of the fish on the Facebook page? And Alice Pico says, the head. I only go for other parts when I have no option. So for Alice Pico, it's the head or nothing else. If you're giving her other parts, you're just forcing her to have those other parts. I thought that was interesting because, you know, we all have different preferences and tastes, and it's interesting to, you know, just find out. Some people tell you they love the tail, others love the head. For Alice, it is the head and the gills. If those are not it, then you're not really serving her a good meal. Let's head on into our last segment, which is the wellness quote. And in our wellness quote today, it says, you have to nourish in order to flourish. So if you want to be able to, you know, glow, delay aging, you know, feel good, not just look good, because what's more important actually is how you feel on the inside. So feel good, you know, energetic, vibrant, you know, like you're thriving, which is the flourish part. You need to be able to nourish yourself. Nourishing yourself is definitely what you eat, and it must be good foods for you. So we need to eat good foods for ourselves, but it's also what you take into your body system, into your brain, what you're watching, what you're reading. So read as much good material as you can, you know, have so many great quotes that you get yourself in touch with, you know, read awesome novels and books, talk to people that have valuable conversations to, you know, have with you, so that you are nourishing your body, and at the end of the day you will actually flourish and get to, you know, the thriving bit. So that is it for our show today, but I know there are people that would still like to connect with us, because that's how we are in constant communication with each other, and that's what makes us as a family so awesome. So you can connect with us on different social media platforms. The first one being YouTube. There's so much more great content on there. Head down there and subscribe to the channel. The YouTube name is Amanda Twebaze Nutritionist. And then you can head on to our Facebook page also. You will not regret joining that group of people because they are enablers for healthy eating. They make it so simple, they make it so exciting and vibrant. The Facebook page name is Amanda Twebaze Nutritionist. Then on WhatsApp, you can also find us there. Send in your feedback, send in your inquiries. The number is 0782 152610. Now for WhatsApp, please do not, you know, call the number, and then also let's have hours that we actually interact on WhatsApp. between 7 a.m. and 7 p.m., that's great. But after that, I can't be on to work every time. We've been talking about our brains resting, right? So I need that as well. Anyway, so let's head on to our Instagram. Also, our Instagram handle is Food Witness. We have a food blog as well, captivating short stories on food and healthy eating. The food blog address is amandatwewaze.blogspot.com. Not at blogspot, but amandatwewaze.blogspot.com. If you would like to also watch us, we are on TV now. Can you imagine? We are on Magic One TV anyway, and we are showing every single Sunday at 6 p.m. But also you can catch the repeat at 10:45 a.m. on Monday morning. So until then, it's been a pleasure. It's been fun. I'm so happy that we are able to still break barriers on the silence on food. Until then, have a lovely week. Bye.